And welcome back to the Panther-Lair.com signing day special. And we're here with defensive line recruit Jimmy Scott. Jimmy, your Twitter handle, I think it's Jimmy Bear Scott. Is that your nickname? Are you Bear? Are you the Bear? Or is it, what's going on there?
Yeah, Bear, the Bear. I go by both.
Okay. How long have you been the Bear?
Pretty much since I've been born. My mom, she called me that like as soon as I came out the womb.
So is it the kind of nickname that like all your friends call you Bear, or is it just like close family, or should Pitt fans know you coming in as Bear, Bear Scott?
Yeah, they definitely should. Just because of the fact that like all my peers call me that, like my family. My mom calls me, she screams Bear. You know what I mean? Like, so that's definitely my name.
So do you have like a sack celebration where you like move like a bear or something like that, or you growl or anything? Or
no, I might yell or something, but it's nothing that correlates to a bear though.
Sure. Well, we talk about sack celebrations. I mean, your defensive line recruit, more DN, more D tackle. What do you see in college?
Yeah.
DN. Okay. Is that where you play at your school, or do they move you around? What do you do in high school?
I was pretty versatile this year, so I was just moved all around from linebacker to outside linebacker, 3 tech, 5. Sometimes even like playing a middle linebacker spot. So I was just all around the defense.
How big are you? What's your height and weight these days?
Right now I'm 6'3", 250.
Oh, okay. So would the coaches, do it sort of situationally, like put you in a certain spot if they think it's run or pass, or are they just trying to move you around to get good matchups?
Yeah, just matchups. Just because, if I stayed at DN, teams will run opposite of me and try to game plan around me. So if they don't know where I'm lining up at, it just causes a lot of havoc for the other team.
Quarterbacks and centers are always pointing out the middle linebacker. You know what I mean? That's a pre-snap read. You got to identify the Mike, right? Are they also, are they like, there's the Mike and, there's Jimmy. There's the Bear. Do they identify the Bear in addition to identifying the Mike?
Yeah, like I know it was sometimes where, the quarterback will point me out and then the running back will switch sides and they'll run it the opposite way. So it was definitely frustrating, my senior year.
Did it? I mean, like, did they commit so much attention to you that your teammates had some extra opportunities, you think?
Oh yeah, because my outside linebacker was a sophomore this year, so in a lot of the games I'm taking on like 2-3 blocks every run play. So he's having clean sweeps at the quarterback and the running back like pretty much every time. So he was able to make a lot of plays this year.
Now, when you're getting that much attention, and like you said, you're getting 2 or 3 blocks that you have to battle, that's got to get frustrating. So when you get that time where you've got a clean shot on the quarterback, I mean, what do you go up into like 12th gear at that point? I mean, how quick do you get to the quarterback when you see you've got an open lane to him?
Oh yeah, pedal to the metal. It's like it doesn't come around often. So once you get that opportunity, you got to capitalize.
Now you're an offensive guy too, right? You play some offense?
Yeah, I played a little bit of running back this year. Not as much as I did previously, but I definitely like throughout high school I played running back.
I mean, even in like previous years, I mean, was it just handoff, run up the gut, or are you getting out on wheel routes, catching passes, or what are they doing with you?
It's funny because like every year of high school kind of went down lower and lower as far as like me playing running back. So my freshman year, I started varsity and I was like a full-time running back. I was catching passes out the backfield, 20, 25 carries a game. And then sophomore year, I started to play defense. And then my production at running back started to go down. But I was still, starting running back. And then junior year, I wasn't really playing running back at all. And then senior year, I was like, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, maybe goal line situation. We need 2 yards. Jimmy going, let's get a touchdown. You know what I mean?
So if any of the Pitt coaches said that that's a possibility, like in that kind of goal line situation, like we might get you out there, put the ball in your hands.
They haven't said that, but just because my ability to play running back, if it does happen, I'll be ready.
Yeah, well, I mean, like it's built in, right? It's the Bear package, right? I mean, the name is already there, right? So I mean, they almost have to do it because it's got such a cool name.
Exactly.
Now you're at your school is St. Francis, right? It's sort of Buffalo area. I feel like you and Addison Copeland, we just say, oh yeah, Pitt got 2 commitments from Buffalo. Do you call Buffalo your hometown, or where do you call your hometown?
Yeah, I go to school. My school's outside of Buffalo. It's right on the lake. But I'm from Buffalo, the suburbs of Buffalo. So like if somebody were to ask me like where you from, I wouldn't say Cheektowaga. I would say Buffalo.
I feel like that's Cheektowaga is one of those signs that you always see when you're driving up like Interstate 90. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like driving to Syracuse or driving about like, oh, there's Tonawanda, there's Cheektowaga, it's all those places. I don't feel like people generally give Buffalo a lot of respect as a sort of talent, producing a lot of talent for football, and maybe that applies to a lot of New York, but I mean, do you feel like there's maybe more talent there than people recognize?
It definitely is. Me and Addison, we're two examples of it. And I think just New York State in general. We this state doesn't really get like looks as states like maybe Ohio or Pennsylvania does, but it's understandable.
Now, getting into the recruiting and Pitt and all that kind of thing, initially you were committed to Tennessee for a while. I believe, did you back off that around the time of the coaching change? Is that kind of what led to decommitting there?
Yeah, it was after the coaching change, but I was probably going to do it regardless, just because it was I committed really early in the process, and I just wanted to weigh all my options.
Okay. And so around that time, I guess, when did Pitt really become, a school you were kind of seriously looking at? Was it around that time or later in the spring, even into the summer? When did that really, become sort of a school you were focused on?
Well, me and Coach Salem, we always had a pretty good relationship. And it's funny because right before COVID hit, I was supposed to come down to a practice, and Coach Salem said he was going to offer me then, but that never happened because of COVID, and
Right.
the whole dead period. We went a year and a half without any visits. So he ended up doing it over the phone. But I'll say, to answer your question, probably like springtime, when we kind of like turned it up.
Mm-hmm. And then you take your official visit there in June, and I think you committed on the visit, right? Is that those?
It was kind of like on the ride home. I was
Oh,
thinking about
okay.
like, this is everything I need in school, and my parents agree with me.
Oh, okay. What was it? One of those situations where you're on the visit, you don't want to make, like you said, you committed early, with Tennessee, you didn't want to make a rash decision, but you got a 4-hour drive home. So as you're going, the more you talk about it, just kind of seems obvious. Is that kind of how it went down?
Yeah, that's kind of accurate. It's funny too, just because like we were kind of like still in Pittsburgh, like as we were talking about it, like I was telling my dad like, this might be the one, you know what I mean? And we were like still in the city, so that was pretty dope.
Yeah. Was there a moment where, I mean, like, was there something during the visit that really kind of clicked for you, or just sort of pushed you over the edge, you think?
Just how real, coaches and the staff were. I've been on a few visits, and a lot of schools will try to sell you a fantasy, and on their official, and try to, you know, show you things that aren't really, once you get there, that's not how it's going to be at all. And with Pitt, I felt that, my visit and, how the coaches were treating me and my family, everything was genuine.
Now, you mentioned Coach Salem. I know he's the main recruiter up there. I'm guessing you probably talked to Charlie Partridge a lot too, right? Defensive line coach. He would be your position coach at Pitt. What's your relationship like with him? How's that kind of come along?
Oh yeah, me and Coach P, we talk all the time. I was just on the phone with him earlier this week, and we definitely got a good relationship. We like I said, we talk all the time, and we definitely got a good relationship.
Mm-hmm. Now, you committed over the summer. You go through the fall. You watch Pitt have the season they had, where they went 10-2 in the regular season. They go to the ACC championship game and win it. And what were you thinking as you watched that season unfold? I mean, you commit to a school, you're hoping they have a great season, right? You don't want people asking you like, "Hey, why are you committed to a school that won 3 games or something like that?" But what are you kind of thinking as you go through the year and watch Pitt and the success that they had?
Yeah, it was great. Them winning the ACC, and hopefully they win this bowl game against Michigan State. It was dope seeing it. Kenny had a great year. The defense, they play phenomenal like always. I think I seen somewhere it was like 175 sacks in like 3 years.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But yeah, it was great, seeing the team, play as well as they played.
Is that kind of, I mean, you commit to a school thinking, we're going to go there and win a lot of games and have a lot of success, but really seeing it happen, is that kind of, I don't know, almost sort of confirm it even more for you of like, well, this is the level you can get to at Pitt?
Oh yeah, it definitely makes you feel like you made the right decision.
Now, when was the last time you were on campus? When was the last time you visited Pitt?
The last time it was the game against Miami.
Oh, okay.
So a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. And then I forget, I don't think you're enrolling in June, right?
Yeah, June.
Oh, okay. So, what have the coaches, have they asked you to get to a certain weight, or what have they asked you to focus on kind of between now and the time you get to campus?
Just kind of, do what I've been doing. Stay fast, stay big and strong. As far as weight goes, I'm still floating around 250, 255. And that's what Coach P wants me at. So, just keep training and, don't get fat out here. You know what I mean?
Don't eat too many wings, right? We have to make a dumb Buffalo joke, right? So, I'm curious, has Coach Partridge like compared you to anybody on their current roster? Kind of said like you remind him of somebody that plays for them now?
He might have. He hasn't told me yet, but he might have. I know he's made comments on my first step off the ball, and he said he likes how I use my hands and how I finish plays. So as far as a comparison, no, but he definitely explained out some things that he likes in my game.
Sure. All right, Jimmy. Well, hey, I really appreciate you taking some time today. It's good to catch up with you, and congratulations on your senior season, and sticking with Pitt and committing to Pitt and everything. And yeah, thanks for your time. And I guess we'll see you once you get to Pittsburgh in June.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.